As a lifetime warrior main, I wasn't too interested in a healing weapon, but I could at least appreciate the idea that any profession could viably fill pretty much any role, including giving warrior a healing build, so I mostly ignored it. And then I tried it, and y'all, I was not expecting to have this much fun playing a healer. Staff gives you a pretty good variety of skills, with basically everything providing healing for you and your allies. You have 2 movement skills, with Staff 2 being a leap to a ground target, and Staff 3 making you charge towards your target, and both pump out heals and boons. Staff 4 is a pull, which is actually kind of weak as far as pull skills go, but it has some utility. But the star of the show is definitely Staff 5, Bullet Catcher. It's a channeled block, meaning it blocks incoming attacks for a few seconds, but then it turns into Defiant Roar, which heals nearby allies and heals them more based on how much damage you absorb with Bullet Catcher. This skill alone makes Staff Warrior a blast to play, especially if you know the encounters well enough to be ready to block specific attacks. Between that, Warhorn skills, and your normal selection of support skills, you can pump out some big juicy heals, provide a group stun break with stability, give barrier, regen, Aegis, and more. The blue warrior does still arguably have more utility, but for those of us who prefer the taste of red crayons, I find the spread of utility on heal warrior to be a lot more accessible and intuitive. I probably wouldn't find those tomes so intimidating if I could read though. I was fully expecting Staff Warrior to feel like an awkward magic class shoehorned into a warrior skin, but boy was I wrong. They did a really great job building this sort of battle commander job class fantasy with it, where you get to charge in the battle and save all your friends, giving boons and protecting everyone from damaging mechanics. And most importantly, it still feels like you're playing a warrior. Instead of getting additional utilities through attunements or profession skills, Heal Warrior leans into using weapon proficiency for greater function. For example, I normally also bring Mace and Warhorn, but you can bring Dagger for some boon rip or Shield for an extra block, which you can also pair with the Shield Master trait to turn Shield 5 into a Reflex skill. Oh, and this isn't just for general healing, but the go-to build I've been talking about is actually Heal Quick Berserker. Through the Heat the Soul trait, Berserker provides quickness every time you hit your primal burst. So just like any other Berserker build, you are rewarded for staying in Berserk as long as possible and hitting your primal burst as often as possible. But if you're used to playing Berserker in general, it's pretty easy to stay at or close to 100% quickness uptime, even if you occasionally fall out of Berserk or swap some gear out for more toughness. As a general rotation, you still open with the Headbutt Outrage Berserk combo just like Power Berserker would. You just have to keep up your adrenaline skills like To the Limit, Wild Blow, or performing weapon swaps to make sure you're in Berserk and hitting your F1 as often as possible. For everything else, it's just a matter of responding to the encounter with the right skills at the right time, just like you would on any other class. You can even pull some stunts, like hitting Bullet Catcher and then intentionally baiting high damaging attacks, just to provide even stronger healing for your allies. It's just so good. So hey, if you're a stubborn contrarian like me and you want a fun, bursty heal class to play, then grab a staff and give Heal Warrior a try. And if you found this entertaining or helpful, be sure to leave a like or even consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.